Hey everyone, it's Mike. This video I wanted to do a product review of one of the pre-workouts that I typically take. It's kind of a new one that I've used. I don't really have a favorite per se. Like I said, I've taken a lot of them over the years. I don't really have one that stands out more than the others. There are some that I preferred more than others because some don't really seem to feel like they hit at all. But this one in particular is going to be Hyper FX. I'm assuming it's Hyper FX. Maybe, I don't know, Hyper Fix. Whatever, I call it HyperFX because that's the first thing that I thought of the first thing that I decided that it was going to be in my head when I saw the product. I ended up buying it for, it was $14. This was it's a 30 serving container. It was $14 at Vitamin Shop. And I typically only get things when they're on clearance, so that's why my variety tends to be so great when it comes to pre-workouts or proteins or whatever. Yeah, this one in particular, it's actually pretty good. It reminds me a lot of the old, what's it called? I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, doesn't matter. It'll come back to me. So anyway, what you're supposed to do, I don't know half the ingredients on here, and that's probably bad because I could be taking poison for all I know. You're supposed to take 1 scoop of it on an empty stomach, which is good because usually when I work out, I typically do it on an empty stomach anyways. Let me see. It has your run of the mill. It has its HyperFX proprietary blend. A lot of caffeine, choline bitartrate, tyrosine, more caffeine in this other section of it. L-arginine, pyroglutamate. Cool. One of the big things that stands out is caffeine. I mean, caffeine is I would say it's probably like 250 to 300 milligrams of it per serving. That's cool. All I know is that when I take it on an empty stomach, I can feel it after a couple minutes of it just sitting. You can feel the tingling in your skin, which most people know is a niacin rush or niacin flush, whatever you want to say. That, to me, that's the indication that I know that's finally soaking in and it's time to get going on my workout. And that's cool, but one thing that I have noticed, which is kind of a drawback of this, I'm assuming it has to do with a lot of the artificial sweeteners, because if you've ever read anything on reviews of the old Haribo sugar-free gummies on Amazon, I think it is, there are a lot of people who are quite descriptive of how it makes them feel after they eat it and when it sits in their stomach. And my experience with this HyperFX is that if you're not used to it, I mean, even still, even once you've been taking it for a little bit, you're going to get the shits. I hate to be so graphic, but that's pretty much what's going to happen. And I'm not just talking, you know, oh, a little rumble in my tummy. I have to go poo-poo. No, this hits you like a ton of bricks, and it's gonna be plaster the back of the toilet, plaster the wall, fill the toilet up with straight liquid shit. So it is what it is. You know, if you're taking the normal dosage, that's fine. You're gonna be fine. It'll clear out in one shot. But do that before you do your workout, and you should be fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not a deal breaker for me. I was gonna say, one of the things I do like in here is it's the arginine. I mean, I've always kind of been a big fan of that. To me, I feel like it helps things. It's a vasodilator, so it helps pump all the stuff through me a little better. I'm very unscientific. I'm not a professional by any means. That's just what I think about it. It's in a lot of things to help your blood vessels relax, so it can blood goes through it easier. And if you got all the other ingredients in here that are supposed to get to where they're going, like Panax natto ginseng extract, sure, whatever that is, that's one of the ingredients that's kind of like, it's the delivery system for it, which is totally cool. What else they got here? Thermic matrix, that's where the choline bitartrate, caffeine anhydrous, L-tyrosine, the shock composite with the L-arginine pyroglutamate, or pyroglutamate, whatever I said earlier, club moss extract, aerial parts. Cool, club moss. I'm rock on, dude, whatever. But what I do know is that this stuff is very effective for, I do it for running, actually anything, if I'm going to work out. If I'm doing a lot of burpees, if I'm doing a lot of pull-ups, push-ups, sit-ups, part of my whole body weight stuff, this stuff works very good. It doesn't really make your stomach feel too upset, aside from like the, digestional problems that you might get out of it. Deal with it. This stuff sticks with you pretty well, and it gives you that nice kick in the pants to get a good solid workout in. Overall, I totally recommend it to anybody who wants it, or anyone who ever thought about getting it. Like I said, I got it on clearance. It's probably going to run you $25 to $30 anyway, not on clearance, which that's still not that much for 30 servings. But if you're interested and you're in the market for a good solid pre-workout supplement, this is good. This works very well for me for a run, any other workout that I'm going to do, or hell, even just running around with the kids. You need a little pick-me-up at the end of the day. Although I totally recommend it more for working out, other than just having a pick-me-up. I mean, if that's what people have coffee for, or going to sleep and waking up. So anyway, like I said, this is a very, very effective product. Totally recommend it to any sort of athlete, unless you're playing golf and you don't want to have that sort of energy coursing through you. You want to be calm. But if you're running, you're playing any sort of contact sport, anything like that, anything that requires endurance or physical explosion, like you're jumping things or pushing heavy objects, lifting heavy objects, whatever, weightlifting. This is definitely the product for you, and I highly recommend it. So, thank you for watching, and I will post more soon. Talk to you later. Bye.